Well, I don't really think I can top that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kayla Myers. As a member of the class of 2016, I would like to say a special thanks to the people who have gotten us this far. To our parents who raised us, fed us, and put up with us. To our teachers who helped us with homework, with life, and with just about every other problem we threw at them. To the administration for giving us the opportunity to come to a school like Heartland where we can be ourselves. To my classmates for always being there through the research papers and the vocab quizzes. And finally, to all of you who have come here today to watch us take these next steps towards our future. I started at Heartland my sophomore year. Before that, I was going to public schools. When I came, I felt welcomed right away. And since then, I have gotten closer with everyone at Heartland. We really are a giant family. Sometimes we do fight like family, but we always have each other's back when it counts. This senior class has been the best I have ever been a part of, and I wish them all the luck in their future plans. I hope their future has as much success as our senior prank, rather than the crash that was our non-existent senior skip day, which I believe 3 people participated in, one of which participated because he was sick. I think I speak for the entire class when I say our parents have always been a big part of getting us to where we are today. They put up with our attitudes and our mood swings. They fed us and drove us around even when they had better things to do. They loved us even when we drove them insane. They let us discover our passions and our dreams, no matter how different they were. And then there's the teachers. Sometimes they put up with us, and sometimes they didn't. They have taught us many important life lessons. They taught me one important lesson. You just have to keep asking for that word bank, and eventually you'll get it. I just wanted to finish by saying that we can do anything that we choose to put our minds to, and we have as much power as we choose to. We have the dedication to achieve the goals we set for ourselves. Our future is not certain, but it is ours to decide. I want to finish with a quote by Alice Walker. She said, "The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any." So class of 2016, take your power and never think you don't have any, because as soon as you think it's gone, it is. Thank you.
Here it comes.
If you're proud of these graduates, let's give them a round of applause. If you are a former graduate in this place, please stand to your feet. Former graduates, please stand up. I've seen you all over the place. Matt Pogge, I see you in the back. Yes, give these guys a hand clap. We're proud of all of you. Amen. You guys can be seated. Class of 2016, you made your graduation day. It's been 13 long years. That seems as though today it only took a few hours. My dad once told me that he was watching me play ball in a park with my grandpa, and he said, "You'll blink your eye and the time will pass and he'll be all grown up." Today, graduates, my father, me, your parents share in that sentiment. To each of us, it seemed as if you'd never get to this point. Or maybe that we had a lot of time left to enjoy your youth. But today our eyes are opening from one quick flash of a blink, and you are no longer little grade schoolers wearing our t-shirts as paint shirts. You're no longer adolescent junior high trying to find your identity, or small little underclassmen hoping to find a seat on the bus with the big kids. Those days are gone. Today you stand here successfully passing those courses in life, and you are ready for the next challenges to overcome. Yes, the challenges will come. They just simply take different form. But with the weapons that you are armed with from your youth, we will meet them head on and tackle them, not as reliant on those around you youth, but on knowledgeable, effective, Christ-filled adults. The blink of our eyes brings only sadness for a day, because it is replaced with the satisfaction of knowing that we as parents did our best, and we release you to find your way in a new day, because another blink is simply on its way. So parents, you did a fine job, and graduates, you persevered and did a fine job yourselves, and today we honor you. Usually this is the time when I begin my roast of the graduates, but this year is different. As I ponder the changes that are taking place in all of our lives, I thought, I don't think that I can roast this group. First of all, they're way too fine of a group to roast. They're near perfect. I thought this group does not need any jokes from me. This group deserves pomp and circumstances, the ability to be the first to go out with sarcastic words from me. It's not quite like that. But I've always said, I'm going to say something at graduation that's going to get me fired. So with that, I sent out a message to all of you. And I asked you graduates to tell me about your classmates so that you could roast each other and to be the one to get fired and not me. My job is safe for another year. Most of all, you responded in a timely fashion. Well, Andrew did. He was the only one to respond in a timely fashion. Most of you turned it in like you did your research paper, with horrible spelling and grammar, last minute or way too late, half done or not even done at all. And as one student turned it in, with a filibuster. Rebecca. Where's Rebecca? Guess what I'm holding? Your filibuster. Rebecca wrote a research... Yeah, Rebecca, it's yours. Rebecca wrote a research paper, The Decline of Morality in Television and Movies. It was supposed to be 15 pages long. I do believe it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 12, maybe 13. She decided to take 2 papers and turn it into a filibuster. And I'm going to read it. I am perfectly aware that this research paper did not turn out the required length, and I am dreadfully and personally sorry that I could not quite make the cut, to use movie terminology. There was, in fact, a pun intended for that. However, I was unable to stretch out my facts any further than 11 pages, including the outline. Already, I believe the paper itself is so ridiculously over-wordy, much like the paper I am writing now, that to draw out any further would make my paper nearly incomprehensible. Furthermore, I have already achieved and passed over the required length of any average college paper, which tends to be 8 to 10 pages in length. Mrs. Gray, are you listening? I am aware that this is not a college class. I am, however, saying that this class research paper has officially made college look easy. And I am certain that college will be less stressful due solely to the length of this class's research paper. I do not expect to receive any sort of extra credit for writing this essay, but I can always hope. You're not getting it. Like a great man once said, there is hope. The 11th Doctor, whoever that is. I hope now. Doctor Who fans all over the place. I have hope now that college will be a breeze because of the length of this research paper being so much longer than a college paper. I declare that this English class was not in vain. nor has my writings of the research paper been wasted on time. This filibuster essay, on the other hand, may have been an utter waste of my time. Time that I could have spent kicking back after all job well done and watching Netflix. However, after such, I know, I'm still reading. After such a long and formal research paper, it was my solemn duty to write something fun and creative to try to pass it off as hard work. But nay, no writing shall be done in vain, for my college major shall be English, and writing shall be my specialty. It is because of the research paper that I feel incredibly confident in going to a new level of schooling this fall. No paper will be too long, and hopefully will never have to write another filibuster and fun as experience as this has been. Shalom. Shalom. Seriously? I'll pick it up. Yes, this is the same Rebecca Fontaine that could tell you off with the decibel of a church mouse fuming over Who Moved My Cheese. Which, by the way, was a great book, right, Kayla? Because after all, your fellow classmates said that you would be most likely to live in a house made of books. And another one of your classmates, a boy, said, she's pretty smart and she can read. Want to second guess the thought about them and ITBS, GPAs? So we're going to play a little game today. I'll read some of your thoughts about your classmates, and if you wrote it, you can point to the person you wrote it about, and if you are the one being pointed at, you must stand up and look at the crowd or your parents and mouth the words, yeah, that really is me. Are y'all in? That's weak. Are y'all in? All right, here we go. Who said and who is the most likely to start a revolt against the government and become a U.S. dictator? Eric, start pointing to Tyler. Stand up, because we want to see your face. This is going to be your new dictator. You guys wrote these, so if you don't know who to point to, we're in trouble. Who said that someone was most likely not to show up at graduation? Go ahead, point to Mackenzie. School was a crapshoot. Never know when she was going to be there and when she wasn't. Who said, I like this, you may have to point at yourself, graduates. Who said, I'm most likely to get in a fight in the parking lot? Who said it, Molly? Who said it, Molly? Point to yourself. I want to see the other guy. That's it. Who's most likely to gain wealth from shady means? Andrew, point at Lon. Because you wrote it, buddy. And I'm in agreement. I'll give you hints. Eric, you wrote this one. Who is most likely to invent invisible weapons of mass destruction and try to overthrow Tyler? Andrew. Now you all understand his speech. Molly said about Jordan, if that makes it better, who is most likely to have 5 kids and they all come back to HCS? Don't look at Lon, he was hoping for 16, one more than me. Whoa. Molly said this about Joseph. Who is the most likely to ask for extra credit on graduation day? Most definitely. Oh no, look at the teachers. Ask for extra credit. Rebecca said this about Amelia. Who is the most likely to become an unofficial drill sergeant? Stand up, the smallest one of them all. Jordan, this one's yours, but I'll guarantee you every single one's going to get this. Who is most likely to run for president as a Democrat? Come on, stand up. Who is the most likely? I like this. Jordan, you wrote this about Lon, and it fits him perfect. Who is most likely to talk himself out of a life sentence? Stand up, boy. Joseph wrote this about Eric. The most likely to end up on the most wanted list. And Eric, stand up, Eric. I think they're that way. Listen, this was almost 100% of you who responded said something about this girl and this animal. Who is the most likely to buy a wolf? Come on, Rebecca, get up. It's always about a wolf. Rebecca said this about Jordan, the most likely to show up late for work. Go ahead, Jordan, that would be you. Who is the most likely to be late for her own wedding? Get up, Mackenzie. Turn around. That's you. Who said about themselves, I'm the most likely to fall on this stage today? Who is the most likely to become an eccentric millionaire? I'm staring at you now. Who is the most likely, Eric, to accidentally get arrested? I do believe this is probably my personal favorite. Who is the most likely to create a vast empire based on a book series, then lose interest and write a filibuster for why it was useless anyway? Get up, Becca. Now for the next part. Everyone can point to the classmate who said these quotes. And the classmates must stand up once again and mouth to the crowd or to their parents. It's true, I really said that. Who said, whoever told you that lied to your face? Get up! He said that in Mr. Merriam's class almost every day. Who said, sometimes I don't even realize I'm talking? I have to say this. Andrew never said no more words in all of his years in school than he did today. And neither, Rebecca, we never heard anything out of you. Who is always asking, who says, is there extra credit? My Lord. How about this one? Foolish. Did I not say it right?
No.
Say it again.
You're foolish.
Stand up. What is it?
You're foolish.
No, tell them.
You're foolish.
One of my favorites. Not today, villains. Who said this? I'll wing it. Go ahead, just like your research paper, Captain D-. I don't know if that's true or not. Who said this? Eric can hack it. Who said, no, I can't? Who always said, shut up, Lon? Who said, say that again and I'll come back there, Andrew? Who always said, I didn't even know we had homework today? Oh, it was Joseph. Mr. Extra Credit. Who said this? For the record, Becca Fontaine. I like how you guys are like this. Oh, wow. Who said this? So Kayla and I. Yeah, you! Kayla? No, I said Kale. So Kale and I. As you, Mackenzie. How about this? Passive aggressive. 100% of all who turned it in said you said passive aggressive. and foolish. How about the 10? The number 10 is Ted. How about this? Everybody gets humpback whales. Amelia, stand up. You and Oprah, just you and Oprah. Who always said, and I don't know if I can do this in a sarcastic way, wow. Mackenzie, that would be you again. Obviously. Yeah, go ahead and stand up, son. Oh, here's one of my favorites. What? What just went down? I'm so confused. Oh, here's the best quote. If you don't try, you won't fail. I'm staring at you, Tyler. Who always said this? You're wrong and I'm right.
Every woman ever.
It was actually Lon. Every woman ever? Same difference? All right. Here's my last and my personal favorite. The South will rise again. I'm doing that. Who said this? Pick your stuff up off the floor. You're all in big trouble. And Tyler, pick up your dirty underwear off the floor too. That would be Mrs. Tyler. Who said, have you ever pooped your pants at school? I did at the age of 33. It was a bad day. You want me to tell you the story? No. I heard it really, that was Deborah, wasn't it? Former graduate. Oh my, how good times, how much good times we've had over the years. Making lasting memories, like when Tyler hit the game-winning jump shot by being down by more than 20 points in the second half in the fourth quarter of the 7th grade. Yeah. Like when Eric had just moved here from Arizona and he was a team manager for the football team in the freezing monsoon in Essex and tried to quit, but Steinmetz wouldn't let him. The definition is quit as you walk away. Don't give him a chance. Like when Sean Putnam jumped over the flooded ditch and stuck to the fence like a cat and tried to pole vault his way back and the stick broke. He fell in the water completely soaked and none of the teaching staff ever knew about it. Like when Joseph got away in English by having a Google Hangouts. No extra credit now, Joseph. Like when Molly did her hair for pictures and I said it looked so beautiful. On her last day, she said, I said it looked like a lion's mane, which is beautiful. Molly. Like when Kayla was acting all smart because she could read and take college classes like you couldn't. Like when Amelia was sitting right up against Tyler and said, he is one big block of heat. Like when Lon accidentally punched Molly in the face in the 4th grade and broke her glasses. Like when Desiree picked a fight with Amelia and so Amelia punched her in the face and apparently I said serves her right. Doesn't even sound like something I would say. Like when Joseph got the nickname Josephine and then it morphed into Josephine and now it's just Fiend or Feenie. Like when Eric got the basketball game for a millisecond, his glasses broke and he was so ticked off. A few games later he got in for another millisecond and it happened again, so he never played again. And this, like from the words of Molly, like when Lon asked me to slow dance in the 7th grade and held my elbows. Like when you guys all on your first day in junior high science, let me preface this by saying that I have one gift today. I know, you guys wanted more gifts. I got one. But these guys were in junior high science. They're on the high school side for the first time. And it was always a really nice thing in my classroom that if you wanted to talk, I tossed you the football. You caught the football. It was your chance to have the floor. And I tossed it to roughly 28 kids, and on the 29th kid sitting in the back on the far right side was Andrew. Andrew looked me dead square in the face, and I tossed it. I did not throw it, I tossed it. Andrew then simply turned his head sideways like that. It hit the desk, bounced up, smacked him in the face, and he cried. And I thought I was going to lose my job. I really, really did. So Andrew, I got you something today, and we're going to try this again. Are you ready? Now, are you ready or not? Okay, you ready? All right, here we go. I'm not taking any chances. Oh, the lasting memories you have made with each other and left with us. You truly are one of the most unique classes we have ever had at HCS. We will miss you, all of you, and HCS will never be the same without you. You have all left your lasting mark, and we appreciate what you have shown us. You have shown us how to persevere. You have shown us how to that we don't have to all look alike, and we don't have to all act alike to get along. You have shown us that we must walk in forgiveness and grace, for there is no other way. You have shown us that you can give it all your all, let the chips fall where they may, and when the chips fall, even without recognition. You have shown us that Heartland Christian School is the best place for every student to succeed. From the students who don't seem to fit in anywhere, to the student who always standing in the back, to the student who is the life of the party. From the student who has only been here for a little while, from the student from a foreign land, to the student who has been here their whole life. From the student who has had major setbacks in their family, to the student who wanted to quit because of internal battles, to the student who has already overcome. From the student who has almost didn't make it, to the student who has spent a lifetime, it seems, in personal success. From the student who needed the grace and forgiveness to get to graduation day, and to the student who needs the grace and forgiveness to keep moving forward. From different sizes, from different colors, from different backgrounds, from different circumstances, you have made it here today and have shown us that Heartland Christian School is still prevalent in today's society, and that we are still very much needed. For every child who will beckon the call to an education that puts Christ first, Christ in the middle, and Christ last. And to an education who will not compromise the fundamental truths of God's Word, not now and not ever. As I close, I want to speak from a few perspectives. First, speaking from the teachers, I say to you, thank you for what you meant to our staff. You have not always been perfect, but neither have we. But thank you for how you persevered. Speaking as an AD and a coach and a dad, I say I wish all of you would have played sports. And the reason why is because your humor and your uniqueness and your presence has always been needed. Molly, keep jumping the hurdles of life. And when they tell you you're not fast enough, be faster. Kayla, thank you for committing yourself to the athletics at Heartland Christian School. You moved here, you sold in, and this day you're still the only athlete to come to our school and play every single sport, every single year. Thank you. And to my son, who I coach, Lon Mitchell Gray, I simply love watching you play the game. This is where somebody else should be doing this. I'm going to miss you in our halls. I'm going to miss you on our teams. We've always been together. Give me just a second. Andrew's speech was really short. So I got time. From a house full of women, to the diary of a wimpy kid, to a house full of life. It all started with you following me all over the court as a little boy. And it finished with me walking behind you down the last fairway. I wouldn't trade any of it. Thank you for your commitment, because without you, I wouldn't be here today. As the next director of this awesome ministry, I speak for Mr. Wilson and myself, and I say, Lord, bring us more students like these guys. Funny, loving, unique, intellectual, and full of grace. And we will continue to help parents raise up a mighty army for today and for tomorrow. And finally, I speak for your parents. We love each one of you for who you are. Your mistakes we do not see. Your shortcomings are from your family tree, and so are your heritage, and so is your blessing. We have cherished each moment so far, and we will continue to do so forever. The journey we have taken with you does not end today. It simply takes a different form. We will always be there for you, no matter what tomorrow brings. In Ephesians it says that He Himself is our peace. Paul could have simply said He is our peace, but he placed the word Himself there for emphasis, so that we would know that Jesus is our only peace. Please remember to live your lives in forgiveness and grace, and may the peace of God that is given each one of you through His Son, the grace to continue. And I say today, may God bless each one of you today, and may the God of Shalom be with you always.
This senior class of Heartland Christian School has met all the requirements set before them by the Board of Heartland. And I am honored to be the one that gets to recommend them the 2016 senior class for graduation.
Everybody's looking at me like I have something you want. Can I have the staff come up and join me, please? Heartland Christian School is blessed with fabulous students. We're even, I was going to say more blessed, it's probably not telling the truth, maybe it is. We're more blessed with a fabulous staff. It's a staff that loves Jesus Christ. They have a life-changing testimony of what Jesus has done for them as individuals. And they long to impart that into the hearts and lives of these young men and women. But it's your day, right? So as I call out your name, I would ask you to start with Mr. Gray. I think he's got him so semi-composed. Just give him a hug if you want, or a handshake or a high five, and then come on up and see me. I got something up here. Okay? Andrew Michael Baser.